wonder if the stream's back up. Because my internet's back up. Well, the screen's black and I see Neon Cat. So I assume the stream's coming back up. Hmm. Sorry, I'm just checking something right now. Here we are, we're playing Final Fantasy 14. I swear to God, I really hope. Yeah, break is starting. Well, I'm just gonna have to start the. I'm just gonna have to start the game. We're just playing the game. We're not even gonna wait for the thing. $420. Damn, I started off with 60 days and we're down to 39. That's wild. I have been playing the game as much as I can over time. It's so wild to see the timer go down as well. I've actually been playing the game this whole time. Now let's get this. Let's get this bread. Tuning with the Aether Current allows you to better understand the area's movements. Something like that. Some type shit. Alright, I wanted to do a cute little like why do I keep saying like? I wanted to do a cute little recap of what we went through leading up to this moment. I'll just say immediately off the top of my head, straight from the dome. We got transported to another world, Crystal Tower. Crystal Tower Guardian tells us that we're doing shit, and we need to go find our friends. Our friends are scattered throughout all the continents on this island. That's about it. And now we're gonna go try to find Alphanod. Hello, Ivor.
What are you after? Fish grab? Think I've got an eel in a barrel somewhere if you got a taste for them.
Like this.
Oh, I do a little bit of time. Chuck some in a pan. It's a bloody festival of flavor. Now, what it is I can do for you? Can't say there's been any major upsets to report these past few weeks.
OMG Shadowbringers. You know how it is.
Alvanade, I know that one. Our young champion of the downtrodden. Yulmar's richer than all of Norvrod put together, but it's a different story for them. For them, as live outside the city, must spend every waking moment just trying to stay alive, which makes your friend's dedication to helping others stand out all the more. I can hazard a guess to where he is now. Got a message to him, but you'll need somewhere quiet to meet him, away from prying eyes. Make for Steel Tide. That's the fishing village just up the path there. You'll be looking for a rundown excuse for a tavern the locals call the Leaky Keel. Wait there and we'll see if Alphanod joins you.
Cool. Yeah, we're in Shadowbringers now. We're actually playing the video game. Is StreamerBot on? StreamerBot should be on. What does this do? Hold on, let's see. I'm gonna switch over to the other thing real quick. I think it's this one. Let's see. I'm gonna test something. I'm gonna see if this still works. This is how we'll know if StreamerBot works. Okay, so streamer bot works. All right, we're playing the video game now. This bird feels really pathetic whenever you're not flying. The Bright Cliff. At break ends in 15 seconds. Damn, dude. The Mender. Where do I go, actually? Is this supposed to be the tavern? How do I get in it? Oh, I'm so used to the doors being instanced and stuff. Here it is. Here it comes. We're gonna go meet Alphinaud, apparently. Supposedly. Is it your first time at a tavern? It's customary to buy a drink if you mean to loiter. What will you be having? Give me... This is rough. Give me an ale, actually. A fine choice. What will you be paying with? Gil? Oh no, those are exotic. Why'd you come by coins like that? I'm sorry, dear. I doubt they have value. I don't doubt they have value. But I don't have a touchstone to test their purity, and I'm not about to go begging from one of the neighbors. So we'll just have to come to some other arrangement. There's an idea. There's a common to the north where we grow our vegetables, but lately the pests have been eating more of them than we have. What do you say What do you say to a bit of extermination work? I want you to squash any vermin you find, and then visit the caretaker and give him an earful from me for sleeping on the job. He'll be in the old silo next to the fence, snoring like as not. Do that for me, and you can laze about here as long as you like. This is weird. I'm straight up just doing an actual RPG quest line. This is what I think. This is what fucking D&D is supposed to feel like when your character is not a level 1 idiot. Like you show up to a place and you're this all-powerful being, and then the first person you meet in a tavern is like, "Hey, go do this thing for me." Check it out. That's the tower where T1 died. Or is it gonna be like Bard's? Is it gonna be like a Bard's Tale? No, it isn't. Where the rat is like 32 feet tall. True. Yeah. Here it is. I'm ready. I'm experiencing the quest line as I'm meant to. I think we're experiencing the story. The vocals. Wait, is this? Oh my god, it's the grapes. Sometimes maybe I would have been done with this a few moments ago if I was playing as a, you know, motherfucking tank or some shit. Not tank, a DPS. Like if I was samurai. Technically not those grapes. They're higher res now, Lamau. Yeah, I know. I know it's the grapes from the PlayStation 3 Limsa. Is it not these grapes? Are we looking at? Are we talking about a different type of grapes? Because I thought it was like the grapes at Limsa are different now. Barred door. Knock knock. No response. Maybe you need to knock louder. No response. Perhaps the occupant is hard of hearing. Okay. It was a thing in Endwalker because there's a quest that specifically talks about the grapes for some reason. I don't know what the meme is. You hear your fangs squeaking from the room beyond. Time to burst in and save the day, brave adventurer. Here we go, we're going in. No one is home, and judging by the lack of furniture, they haven't been for some time. The gnawed scraps of vegetables on the floor suggest rats have been taking up residence in their absence. Damn. Hello. Oh yeah, the grapes. Yeah, we're just talking about it because this is a place that has grapes. All I know is that for some time the grapes were a meme for Final Fantasy XIV. We were talking about it the last time I streamed, I think, about how strange of a transformation it is to go from Stormblood to Shadowbringers, because it's just, I wouldn't say it's like a huge jump in graphic fidelity, but it, like, the cutscenes are definitely different. Because the main characters that were in the cutscenes were meant to be the focal points go from like looking like a PlayStation 3 character to PlayStation 4. The grapes had even less faces, about 8 faces. Nice. I remember seeing what they were before the change. Welcome back, Dieter. What did that good for nothing caretaker have to say for himself? He's gone. Gone. Must have left to join the rest of the hopefuls. I don't know what you mean by that. And Gate Town, outside of Yulmar? You don't have a clue what I'm talking about, do you? There I was thinking you were another dreamer. Well, never mind all that. Take a seat wherever you like, dear. You've more than earned it. I'll even throw in another drink on the house. I like that they started doing the little light up effect around the AoEs and Shadowbringers, and started backporting it to older content. I have no idea what you mean. Look at the blue juice they have on the counter. The Nuka-Cola.
And how is business today, Mistress Theva?
Oh, frenetic. Look, I have a new customer.
Every single character in this game is some type of British. You have not...
My friend.
I understand, like, I understand it's been like 2 years or whatever, but you look like you haven't gotten any older.
The barley seeds you wanted. They should produce a better harvest than the last.
There's a little
What
light
does
ring
that
effect
have?
around them now. I have no idea.
Oh, Ralphino, you really are a dear.
I have a little bit of blue and a little bit of red.
Well,
It's orange.
I'd best be tidying up some of those empty shacks before
I
the
think that's
guests
orange.
move in. Keep an eye on the place while I'm out, eh?
Those are really weird, random, and exotic looking drinks. Why does it seem like he gotten shorter? Benjamin Button.
Seems an age since last we spoke. Not since the prisoner exchange in Doma.
Oh my god, it has been that long.
You.
I forgot we haven't seen
It is
each other
only
since the
a
prison
coincidence how the
exchange.
days I've spent here. The time has only added to the relief I feel seeing you safe and well.
We thought we'd lost you.
Huh. Alize said much the same thing. I don't think I've ever had such a scolding. But I believe an exchange of news is in order. Come, tell me of your arrival and all that came before.
It's been wild. Not as wild as it could potentially be, but it feels pretty wild. I've been wearing my sunglasses since work. I gotta take them off.
The Exarch and Alize told me what they knew of events, but I had stubbornly clung on to the hope that all-out war might yet be avoidable. And poor Tataru. She must be sick with worry. We must endeavor to return as soon as we may.
I mean, I could return. I was thinking about that. I was wondering what would happen if I
We
visit
must have
Totoro.
good tidings for a change. But before we bid this world farewell, we must first ensure that it is not rejoined to the source. We must prevent the 8th Umbral calamity.
8 of them.
Urianger's vision of the future has, I fear, every chance of coming true. By his description, the catalyst for the calamity was a formless and deadly weapon employed by the Garlean Empire.
I would say it's more mental, yeah. I feel like there's a good reason why they don't physically change them.
Which can only mean one thing. Black Rose. Gaius was telling you the truth. When we were on the trail
That tells me how to
of
follow.
Perseus, we saw evidence that
Hey,
the
Red.
was being manufactured once more.
About 3 years, yeah.
Gaius was adamant that the project had been scrapped. But so long as there are wars to be waged, there will always be those determined to win by any means. And thus simply destroying the existing stores of Black Rose would do little to alter fate's course.
It's like the hyperbolic time chamber. What's this game about? It's an MMO.
In that sense, our involuntary journey here to the First was something of a boon.
It's an MMO that has a single
Together
player
with the
story,
Exiles,
basically.
We've developed a theory as to how we believe the rejoining will be set in motion. I'm sure Urianger himself will cover the subject in more detail.
We haven't seen him in a minute.
But I can tell you the
What's it
process
not
requires
about?
that
Yeah, that's a
both
better
worlds,
question.
The Source and the First, be facing an existential threat. One being Sin Eaters, of course. They are a menace that I would dearly love to remove, and not just to avert a calamity. I may be a stranger to this world, but I will not stand idly by and let innocent people be slaughtered. That is what brought me to the gates of Yulmore. Ignoring its pretensions as a kind of capital city to what remains of the world, it is nonetheless a center of power and authority.
That's
If any
crazy.
solutions are to be found, I believe our search should begin there. What say you, old friend? Hungry for another adventure?
It has been like 3 days in game for me since our last adventure. Slap my fists together.
And so we take to the road once more.
Nice. His poncho's awesome. I would love to wear it. The weird poncho sweater thing. Fleet. Look at it. I think I've seen people wear something similar, but not quite. I should probably change my clothing to look a bit more like a Final Fantasy character. But unfortunately, all I have is cosplay. Well, I have this. I don't know why I kept that set. A little weird. It makes me look vaguely in the setting. Assuming you have no objections, let us make our way directly to the city outskirts. I don't remember what a voice I had for him. So apparently Thancred has been here for 5 years, Stroll and Urianger, and both Red Alphinaud and Blue LSA have been here for 1 year. I thought Alphinaud was longer. You're right. Alphinaud was one of the last ones to be brought in here. If we time our arrival just right, you may be lucky enough to see why I have yet to set foot in Elmore, despite my best efforts to do so. From here we must head west and then cross a small bridge. Cool. What the hell is that? I've seen people fly around with those wings before. They're a new thing, aren't they? Yeah, I thought they were here for longer. Been a while since I've done this. It's fine, this is my first time playing this, and it's been a fortnight since I last played this. Like, it has basically been 2 weeks since I last done the story on stream. Oh my goodness, look at that. It's a Collusion iguana. I like that. I wonder how my bearded dragon's doing. Collusion seems peaceful, does it not? Almost familiar. I had a similar impression of the Crystarium, even in this distant world. People are much the same. To think that whenever a calamity struck the source, a reflection such as this one, with all its culture and history, was being erased from existence. There's a woman screaming in the distance. I don't want to voice act that. Over there. There it is. That's the creature. Quickly, someone's in trouble. It's right there. That's our culprit. I don't understand this game. It's a lot of words for someone to be dropped into that. Yeah, they're the new extreme mounts. Yeah, I wonder who that is. There it is. Is that the Sin Eater? You're showing up into the very late part of the story. You're under attack. The Forgiven Cowardice. Do you even get to see what's going on? Oh my god, do you? Yeah, literally you're dodging a mechanic. I'm sure that's not gonna hurt me really hard. It didn't hurt me at all. In fact, I think I dodged it. Differential diagnosis. What are you, a sage? I forget if that's what that is. I remember seeing the trailer for that whenever that was coming out because everyone was all hyped about it. Manic Madame. Dodge, no, you just have a second HP bar. The way I understand it is about 300 hours of gameplay, if that. Or heart. Thank you, miss. Oh, there you are. In my haste, I lost my bearings, but I see you have the situation well in hand. Fine work. I kind of forgot you were supposed to be here with us. Yeah, alright, madam. Why is she so weirdly detailed? She's gonna be an important character in some way. Just a few bruises from what I can tell. Nothing compared to what's in store for me. Before this brave soul came to my rescue. I honestly thought I was done for. My feet are not swift as they once were. And I knew there was no one left to hear me scream. I thought I'd let that stop me. I should probably leave my old house behind and queue up outside Ilmore with the rest of them. What do I have in my pocket? Oh, I thought I had gum. Not those fancy lords and ladies who welcome an old croon like me. Still, if it has shack near the gate, it has to be safer than staying here. One would hope. Either way, I suggest you avoid wandering alone, lest you make the Sin Eater's tasks any easier. I'm 1,000 years too late. Yeah. Yep, stage is fun. Thank you again. He saved my life. Now I'm sure a strapping lass like you has little to fear, but I wouldn't linger long in this place. There's not to be had here but cobwebs and memories. Respectful bow. Oh, I started a few years ago. The time between patches and DLC is so long that you catch up anytime you start. True. Because as the lady said, many in these parts have abandoned their homes to live in Ilmore's shadow. Should the Sin Eaters descend upon this region, there are precious few with the strength to fight them off. Speaking of which, what have you been told of these monsters? Not much. I was just told that they exist. A brief history then. 'Twas not long after the flood swallowed the better part of the world that the Sin Eaters first appeared. Some beastly, some potash, I forgot what he said, yet regardless of their form. All incapable of speech and all are driven by the same insatiable appetite for mortal ether. They are predators, and we are their prey. Pelusia suffers far fewer attacks than most regions, but even so, the list of the Sin Eaters' victims grows longer by the day, a tragedy without end. Hydrate? Oh fuck, I don't have a drink. So, we have won a small victory this time, Les. Now shall we press on? We need to return to where the road forks and follow the path that leads west. There's no real rush to get through stuff too, other than some time. Yeah, and you fucking freaks in the FC have been begging me to catch up with the story. It's every day that one of you guys beg me to get on with the story once again. I'm kidding. That's a straight up just lie. They don't beg me. It just says this is free trial, free in the trial right now. Oh right. Oh yeah, this is gonna be new free content in the trial. You no longer only get the award-winning expansion Heaven's Word. You actually get an actual good expansion. No, just kidding. Heaven's Word is good. I love Heaven's Word. It's just that for the copy pasta, it's not as hype as the copy pasta makes it out to be. Although I did genuinely enjoy it. Sorry about that. Fucking Heaven's Word was so good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I would say that it revitalized my interest in this game. And then I immediately played Stormblood and I immediately forgot about and then I immediately lost all interest in this game. Destination. Oh, sorry. I'm very burpy because I've been
That
drinking
gate
my
up
soda
ahead is
fast.
known as the Open Arms, and Yulmore itself lies beyond. This, meanwhile, is the aptly named Gate Town.
I'm gonna take a second to write down
the
in my
dwelling
notes.
place of the many desperate souls who hope to be chosen to live in the city proper.
Ah, I thought I recognized you. Brought a new friend, eh? I'll bet you got a trick or two up your sleeve. Maybe even 3. Care to show me?
She's not here to compete. Leave her be.
What? I was only making conversation.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please!
Please. Oh boy, what is this? Just a critically acclaimed Final Fantasy. Yeah, the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy 14.
Greetings to our hopeful petitioners, one and all! Yulmore extends its warmest regards. Let it be known that a lady of distinction wishes to dine on fish divine. We seek a master culinarian who can guarantee seafood perfection. Dazzle the matron with your delicious dishes, and life in the city will be yours to enjoy, even on days when fish is not on the menu. Who among you will answer the call? Name yourself or another. We may not at all.
Was there anyone?
What about that girl?
Do you recall how I said Yulmore was a center of power and authority? Well, that is not the only reason for its fame.
What is that?
It is also known as the City of Final Pleasures. The noble and the wealthy who survived the flood gathered here to live out the rest of their days in decadent abandon.
That's
A poor man could sooner
Really
pass
weird and
through the
sad.
eye of a needle than Yulmore's gates. The only way the common folk can enter this perverted paradise is if they fulfill the whim of one of the privileged. And so they are picked over like market produce.
What a catch! We'll not be throwing this one back.
I do enjoy the
Seeing
clown
your
music.
all too obvious charms, we welcome you with open arms. Come, join
Open
us in
arms.
a city of splendor and live out your life in an ecstasy of endeavor.
At least they celebrate her for it.
Oh, just look at those expectant faces. What could you possibly be waiting for? Well, well, what have we here? An extra share of meal to celebrate our newest resident.
I don't know what that is. Yellowmore is very fucked up.
For you.
It's basically like a... It's interesting to see how they managed to create a more twisted version of New Vegas.
Meal is a foodstuff which Yulmore routinely doles out to the people of Gatetown, and apparently a staple for its citizens as well.
Mule.
Many
like
people
Lambus
rely
bread.
to survive in these times of scarcity. Yet the whole arrangement just seems
To me, it looks like it's like a
well,
kind
it
of stuffed
leaves a bad
dumpling.
taste in my mouth.
What if it tastes good? The mule? In my head, it looks like it's kind of like either like fry bread or it's like a mega dumpling that's just filled with a bunch of veggies and fruit and veggies and meat. Or if we should make a return tour. I would need to collect all my music shit. I don't know if you know about this, but my house got burned down, like my old place that I used to live in. That place got burned down, so all of my musical equipment was inside of that. So I would need to start gathering things again. Oh yeah, don't worry, just keep Mole in mind. I'm kidding. I mean, I would be down for it. I would like to make music and start doing stuff again. Now you understand why my attempts to enter the city have thus far come to naught. The dubious privilege of residency must be won via a contest with ever-changing rules. They say this policy has been in place for the past 2 decades, ever since Yulmore's current ruler came into power. Yet from what I've seen, it does more harm than good. Not only does it distract people from our shared struggle against the Sin Eaters, it robs them of their self-sufficiency. I've tried to propose ways that could improve their lot, but all my words invariably fall on deaf ears. The attitude is so entrenched now, I worry that, well, maybe I should take a turn around Gatetown and judge the situation for yourself. Cozy wants me to walk around a bunch of poor people and see how awful things are. I seen that when I was over at someone's place. Yeah. Yeah, it sucks. We have no idea what happened to it either. It wasn't... What is that? I know I gotta continue the story, but I'm very curious about whatever that thing is. It's a Germinant. Okay. I should have thought about that. Yeesh. A rhymed bloke.
Still here, are you? Can't blame you for wanting a slice of Yulmore's pie, if you ask me. You should dish that sour-faced brat and make a home for yourself here. Gatestone not much to look at, aye, but at least it's safe. And the mule is the best thing I've ever tasted.
Is it gonna be like... Is it gonna be Soylent Green? Soylent Green is people. The mule is green people? It's a germ. Oh, I'm taking a look at something. Okay, it doesn't matter. I'm sure this house is gonna mean something if you're standing in front of it. Either that or just doing that just to look cool. Bubbling cook pot. Oh, this is not that bad. They have a single pot of stew for about like what, 100 people? Maybe 200? A perpetual stew. A large pot bubbles over the flame. Pale chunks mule, you realize, float in the otherwise plain broth. See, I told you it was good. Bear, you were right. Preoccupied petticoat. Just look at it. Can you imagine a more beautiful city? It's kind of garish, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I understand, I can look at it and I can see the spectacle, but it's so garish and gaudy. Every day I dream of the life that awaits for me inside those walls. Oh, will they ever pick me? Cool. It looks disgusting. Also, best they've ever tasted. They've only known this life in Yulmore. Yulmore is definitely a lot to look at, Lamau. It is. I appreciate how garish and gauche it is. I understand it's like the point is that it's meant to look ugly as sin. Like, it's meant to be very flamboyant to show off that it's like the rich place. And that's why everyone basically has almost no color here. Like, we have a lot of muted colors and stuff. Like, people are wearing earthly tones to represent that they're essentially commoners. And then over there is just like extravagant dyes and all that. That's actually kind of interesting now that I think about it. It is very interesting to see how the setting works and how they're trying to relay everything that's going on from this setting in a visual standpoint, like in a little tiny, like immersive little standpoint like this, of a post-apocalyptic world that is barely trying to recover and is trying to barely hold itself together. Also, have you noticed anything about Norvant just on a map? You seen what Gate Town? Oh, so you seen what Gate Town has to offer? I'll take a look. I'll take a look on the map in a second. These people can no longer fend for themselves. They become dependent on Hannah as a mule, and I believe Elmoa is the answer to all their woes. Yet no matter how I frame my encouragement, they seem unwilling, nay, unable to conceive another way of life. Are you talking about like the entirety of Norvant? Is this it? Oh, Norvrant. I said before that it kind of looked like the basic, not basic. It looked like the map in A Realm Reborn. Like, it looked like Eorzea to me. That's what the map looked like. It looked like a scattered Eorzea. Yeah, the world map one more up. That's what I think, but I could just be wrong. Wait. Isn't this the Black Shroud or whatever? Where Gridania is? I have no idea what this is. Isn't this where like the dry bones and stuff is? I have no idea what the fuck this is. Old Meg. What is up with all this? Oh, I guess we'll find out. Yeah, it is Eorzea and a reflection, but this world only has Eorzea because of the flood of light. I guess Ilmore does kind of give Limsa vibes, doesn't it? Yeah, don't look too much, you're not supposed to know. Okay. Alphinaud has a look of profound disapproval. You're gonna talk? Is this a voice cutscene? It isn't, because there's music playing. You disapprove of Yulmore? Question mark. It is difficult to make a final judgment without seeing the city's inner workings. Mayhap it is that uncertainty which always makes me feel so ill at ease here. Not that it matters. However unjust the system seems to me, if these people claim to be content with their lot, it is hardly my place to criticize their choices. Take that elderly lady you rescued. Does it not seem that those who have chosen to forego Yulmore's largesse are doomed to suffer their independence? In the end, they all but forced to seek refuge in Gate Town, and so hamlets and fields across the island are left empty and untended, hastening the region's descent into ruin. I can kind of see what you mean, but this kind of just is how cities work. I understand it's like a unnatural way to force this. Nay, I am not convinced that Yulmore's generosity truly serves the best interest of Kalusia's people. I am not so naive to think as if there's some miraculous solution to all this. Yet I cannot help but frown at the sight of hard-working villagers struggling to survive. even as the chosen few rejoice at being plucked from the poverty by the hands of the capricious noble. There has to be a better way. I will not know for sure, however, until I have taken those long-delayed steps through Ylmo's gates. It is unfortunate you arrived when he did, Clementine. I've been working on a scheme to insinuate myself into the city, and if all goes to plan, it should soon come to fruition. Fog, it's so bright here. It does kind of look like Limsa, you're right. There is a beast tribe who makes its home in the sea surrounding the island. The Ondo, they are called, though you and I know them as Sahagin. For the most part, they keep themselves in their ocean grottos, and rarely have dealings with land dwellers. Are they the weird fish people around Limsa? But as Totoro took such great pains to impress upon me during our stay in Kugane, business favors the bold, and so I reached out to them. I daily discovered that the Yondo are inordinately fond of land-grown produce, fresh fruits in particular. And when I offered to procure such goods for them, they promised to pay me in pearls, an attractive business adventure for any prospective investor. Would you not agree? Surely even the most jaded Ylmoian lord will have a time for a merchant who can make pearls from plums and pumpkins. Are you gonna show up to them and just wear a pearl necklace and that's your way of getting in? Yes, I've come a long way since my days of buying samurai swords without first negotiating a price. You know, I forgot about that. You didn't need to remind me. But I appreciate that you did. My appointment with the Yondo is due to take place in a few hours. I need to collect the produce and meet with them on the shore. Might you help me make the exchange? Sure, it sounds a bit fishy. The water looks not clean. Excellent. I shall make glad of your company. First things first, we must pay a visit to Mushomoa. Oh, I didn't read that. Damn, who's that? Suspicious person. Looks like Alpha didn't learn everything. He's been discussing our plans out in the open where anyone can listen. Oh, let me read the chat. Yeah, there's Eorzea and a reflection. Blah blah, yes, but don't look too much. You're not supposed to know. I didn't realize they showed that much on the world map without being there first. Yeah, they were asked because of that. They luckily fixed that in Endwalker. You can't see the final area next to the rabbits until you get there. That water looks not clean. Opening Endwalker map, world map at level 90 and seeing everything. It's funny as a concept. Imagine if they spoiled that place in Endwalker. Am I tripping or does that guard have long ears? There are like three of that places in Endwalker. Oh, of course. Some people in this game are elves. That's why they have long ears. They're just elves. I forgot that I can't fly. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, don't even worry. I thought that the map looked like Eorzea even before I actually looked at the world map. Because when you're at the Crystal Tower, they do the thing where they show the map of where everyone is, like where Orangier is, Thancred, Y'shtola, LSA, and fucking Elfinod. They do all that. They show where they all are on the map, and when I was looking at the map, I was like, hang on. This map looks like Eorzea, but weird. There's a character who have long ears. I have long ears. My character has bunny ears. They have bunny ears. They don't have normal human ears. As far as I know, at least. Mosha Moa. Greetings, Mosha Moa. Something I can do for you, friend. Good day to you, Mosha Moa. This is my associate Clementine. We are here to collect the produce I have purchased. I forgot his voices. Yeah, loaded your lackey up with the goods not too long ago. My lackey? I know of no such person. It's still a lad, short blue hair, no? He said he'd come on your behalf, and since he seemed to know all the details, I just assumed. Found it. Someone must have been eavesdropping on our conversation. If the charlatan was here not long ago, he cannot have gone far. We shall split up and search the area. You find a vantage point on the south side of town, and I shall take the west. Oh, look, there you are. Is that blue aura thing a part of the mount, or is that just a thing you can do? Where do I go? Oh, just straight south. Look at that. Oh, that is a monster. I thought that was like a weird funky tree. Wood eyes. You can fly? Yeah, you can fly. I can't fly. I can fly you over, honestly, mount. Oh, it is the mount, okay. I understand there's like a... Okay, so there's different versions that have different auras. Yeah, there it is. There's the mount. Is that one that you have to pay for? How'd you get that one? Wait. Was that on the side? Is that Sid's stuff? Is that Garland Ironworks? Searching surrounding areas for the missile with blue hair. You may move the camera around as well as zoom in and out. Target a likely suspect and inspect him with the question mark. Okay. Oh, it's this again. This is definitely not a magnifying glass. Yo, I see movement right there. They have bikes in here? Yeah. This one is a 2-pay amount. Pay to win. The one for collecting all the wings looks so cool. I wonder if you get a rainbow one. Snipe him. I wish I could. You've located your quarry. Thank God they have the things actually move around. If I remember in Stormblood, I got stuck on trying to look for a guy because he was just standing still, like he wasn't moving around. Clementine, any sign of him? Over there. Lazily point. You have a keen eye. Let's move in before he make good of his escape. Wow. We were just playing EDF 2. That's what that reminds me of. I'm not gonna lie, when I was watching that cutscene, I saw that over there, that structure, and it reminds me of those Rust buildings where you can just like, can I jump on this? No. It reminds me of those Rust buildings that people would make that are just god ugly, but they exist for a reason. Like most people make like clubs or whatever. That's what I thought that was. That's what that reminded me as. Is that a damn mech? It is, yeah. Gunning guns are just magic. You can, yeah. You have both guns and magic. It's Final Fantasy. That's half the fun of Final Fantasy is that you got both guns and magic. A lot of times it's like, I want to say modern guns, it's like semi-modern. Like Final Fantasy is the game series very famous for popularizing the idea of the gun blade, where you just have a revolver attached to a gun, and that's it. I don't even worry about this. Remember that is a bunch of cool shit. Revolver attached to gun, yeah. Oh, there's gonna be a voice cutscene.
The thief who claims the harvest on my behalf. Hand it over.
I ate it.
Well, forgive me. I have to get into the city. I have no family and all my friends have already been chosen. No one here gives a damn about me. When the meal gets handed out, I'm lucky if I get a smell of it. No matter what I do, they won't call out my name. I'm so tired, I'm so bloody hungry. I thought maybe I could steal your idea, get in that way.
Shadowbringers being free trial is really weird. Imagine how weird it is for me where the free trial only existed for literally 30 days and you just had to try to make as much as you can out of it. So you just have to go from A Realm Reborn all the way to the start of Endwalker, and you have to try to make as much content out of that.
They may not offer charity, but you would be fairly compensated for any work you did.
it has to be Yulmore. That's where all my friends are. We made a promise that we'd live together in paradise.
Why is this voice familiar? 2019, really?
I was to make my deal with the Ondo at the Clave. Listen carefully, and I shall tell you my plans for the business, and how best to arouse the Yulmorans' interest.
You'll give me your place? Just like that?
I'm giving you a chance, nothing more. What comes of it is entirely up to you.
I understand. Oh, thank you, thank you!
Cliffhanger at the end of Stormblood really made us think that Shadowbringers won't be added to free trial for at least a few more years. I bet it's gonna be something like, oh, the mule are made of the people who get chosen
There will be others.
for the thing.
But for young Kai Shia, it was the difference between life and death. I do not regret my decision, yet I will admit that a part of me wonders if it was for the best.
That's gonna be my prediction. The mole are made of people who get chosen out of the poor people in Gate Town. And that is how Yulmore has managed to keep itself afloat for so long.
That countless lives might be saved, not least your own. Even if it came at the cost of one man, should I have forged on regardless?
Quite possibly, meaning we'd better hurry up and think of a new plan.
Indeed. We will find another way. I promise you. Shall we return to Rite then?
He has a weird hoodie. I wonder if he ever puts it on.
Is that?
What is that? Oh, I'll time that guy. Damn, deleted. That's such a weird fucking, like...
I can't be sure, but I think someone's in trouble.
That was such a weird fucking, like, thing to fucking...
Come on. They may need our
That was such a
help.
weird domain as well. Call the message for bullying, yeah. That was such a weird domain, because to me it read as ableist online or something like that. I was like, what the fuck? Add blast online, is that what it said? I genuinely cannot read it. What time is it? I think we got another 10 minutes before the ad break comes in. What's this music? Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was the Chocobo theme from the one game that Monty likes to talk about a lot. The Chocobo hard rock theme. Maybe I'll put that on whenever we reach the ad break. I'm very surprised Alpha Nod had managed to spot this guy with his naked eyes. This dude, there's this Family Guy death pose laying on the beach. Okay, look at that. Although I know that person's dead, but I gotta quickly, you know, I gotta quickly get the Aether Current. Check that out. Let me see his tiny. Can't believe Final Fantasy 13 was mentioned. I always mention Final Fantasy 13, that's my favorite. It should be the worst of his injuries. Mercy, I beg you.
Breathe easy, sir. No harm will come to you here.
He has very nice clothes.
This poor man is shivering. Pray keep an eye on him while I get a fire going.
You have magic. Be it most foul and wicked. What?
Cerno is dead. How am I ever to repay this kindness? We'll settle for the tale behind your current predicament. Why don't you begin by telling us your name? Crystal was invited to Ulmore to work as an artist. Cool. Well, the couple took me in to paint pictures for them. But when my style proved contrary to their taste, they just quickly turfed me out onto the street. I was just left penniless and patronless. A grave sin in Lord Vothery's city. Within days, they had brought me before the man himself, and he asked me what I meant to do. Dejected as I was, I told him that I wished to leave. Little did I know how soon he would grant me my wish. Didn't mean to whistle. They flung me over the balustrade into the goddamned ocean. From up there, how were you not dashed to pieces? Don't ask me. Luck, I suppose. Though if you hadn't found me when you did, it wouldn't have counted for much. Monstrous. And the citizens condone such barbaric punishment. Oh, without a second thought. When Lord Vothery passes judgment, no one much as blinks, let alone argues. In Ulmore, his word is law.
Ad break in 5 minutes. But also often out as dailies, and next so long you can just see telescopic. Yeah, absolutely. So by your Sterling Green, they just throw people out, as you see.
See.
It doesn't say that doesn't mean that they don't. It doesn't mean that they don't eat the poor.
The more I hear about Ulmore, the more determined I am to see what's within its walls. I shall bend all my thoughts towards securing. Another way into the city. There must be something we can do.
I'm sorry. Just the thought of him just like fucking thinking really hard about wanting to be in there will magically bring him in there. It's such a funny concept. But I know what he means.
But first, we should convey Tristal to the shelter of the village. Fire or no fire, he needs to be out of this chilly coastal air. The way into the city.
Alright. I'm gonna walk all the way over there, and then as soon as we get there, I'm gonna activate the ad break. And then I'll just chill in the meanwhile. It's probably the ad break is probably gonna happen naturally by the time I get there because I'm being an idiot. I thought I could climb over that. They joined. Whoa. Blue lizards. Jumbo Mumbo? It's Jumbo Josh. Is that you? Hey. I'm unfortunately being attacked by creatures, so I can't just hop in your vehicle. You fucking people. Wait, I can fly. Are you okay? You're standing in fire. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't see your message until after. Okay, I'll activate the ad break and we're just gonna chill here. Did I tell the ads to snooze? I didn't tell the snooze. Why the hell did I do that? Alright, ads, go. Pop off. Meanwhile, on the other side, I'm gonna go try to figure out how to put on the fucking Final Fantasy 13 Chocobo Hard Rock mix. Hold on.
Give me a few moments.
We'll switch to this. Wow, look at that. Okay, okay. It's so fucking funny. Here it is. Bam. Look at that. I think I can get away with just making it tiny too. Look at that. Wow. Is the volume coming through? Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it is. Whoops. I didn't mean to have into the game. Oh god, there's lyrics. I get gambling ads. Oh my god, this is awful. I'm gonna put it on loop real quick. I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna find out where my phone is. I'm gonna do something heinous. This sucks so much. The Chocobo Rodeo. Why'd you introduce this into my life, Monty? We'll do one more listen to it just so we can fully understand how awful this is. The force of the Chocobo. The Choco Rodeo. God, I fucking hate this. This is crazy Chocobo. What do you mean? Oh no, you're referring to the other thing. Okay. The force of the Chocobo. The Choco Rodeo. This is so bad. Is there any Final Fantasy 14 content that's good? Or sorry, not Final Fantasy content that's good that I can look at and witness instead of Final Fantasy instead of the crazy Chocobo? Is there anything I can enjoy? I don't think they made any good Final Fantasy other than Final Fantasy 14. Kidding. I appreciate this one that straight up just says the ultimate Chocobo medley or whatever. Do you think the ultimate Chocobo medley has the fucking has the Final Fantasy 13 one? I would hope they would. Sorry, give me 1 second. I just want to do something before we continue. I'll switch over to Final Fantasy 14 so that we aren't just staring at this goofy little screen. My follower goal of 80 has just started. Damn, that's a shame. Alright, let's continue. I'll look at that. I'll look at whatever I was just doing in a second. Alright, time to continue the story. Hey, Tristol.
Hey, accept my deepest gratitude. I owe you both my life. And if you'll permit me, I would assist you in your attempt to enter Yulmore, insofar as I am able at any rate. To be frank, the thought of sending my saviors into that awful place makes me sick to the stomach. But since it's plain you've set your minds on it,
Oh, you should take this. How long have you been streaming for?
it's my favorite paintbrush. The Ilmar and Elite are never satisfied until they get exactly what they want. And if I'm not mistaken, the couple I mentioned will be looking for someone to replace me. If you make a show of owning such a well-used brush, you may be able to convince people you have a talent for painting. Are you certain? It's your livelihood. We cannot deprive you of such a treasured possession. I give it gladly after all you've done for me. Besides, I think I have the heart to paint anymore.
A paintbrush really isn't that much of a thing to worry about losing anyways. Arguably, like, the primitive, like, I don't want to say rudimentary because I don't think that's the right word. But the, like, more simple paintbrushes that are made out of things you have on hand, to me, are more interesting than traditional paintbrushes.
As to what I'll do instead, honestly I haven't decided. But I shan't stay long in this place, not with that city brooding over me. Nay, I'll move on to new lands and a new profession, and I'll keep you in my prayers from now until my dying day.
Cool.
Alvanad weighs the brush he received from Crystal deep in thought. They say kindness is its own reward, but Crystal has repaid us with a gift as timely as it was unexpected. We will, however, need to act upon his advice before another painter steps in to fill the vacancy. Thankfully, I do have some modest skill with a brush. Nothing approaching that of a true artist, but enough to play the role, I would hope. As for you, well, if you don't mind taking a subordinate role, maybe you could pose as my assistant. Sure, okay. And it is settled. All we need to do now is return to Gate Town and await the next appearance of those vile jesters. Oh. Can I ride this? I can't. Alright, well, I'm gonna look away from that then. I don't have that many mounts. Oh god, this is such an anemic amount of mounts. I could probably go into the old content and start doing all that stuff and start getting the mounts from the older content. Like from Stormblood and Endwalker. Because that's what I did. I just went back to the Realm Reborn stuff and I just started collecting all the mounts from there that I could. My minions are impressive though. Look at the baby Oppo Oppo. I remember back when Chocobos were a lot bigger deal, like the company Chocobos, but I think they stopped being a deal after
Stormblood. Or maybe they were just a deal because of the group we were in.
Here, here they come.
I don't know why I immediately lost my voice.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention once more. What a day it's been for the folks at our door. We welcomed a peddler who made pearls from a plum, and now we've settled for a painter a plum. Fuck. So come along and don't be slow. It's time to let your colors show. I can paint. Portraits at least. Landscapes and still lifes are so rarely commissioned these days. Oh, and I thought I spied some new faces in the crowd. What fortune that you should feel at ease around an easel. What proof have you of your prowess? Any masterpieces on your person? Nuh-uh, sadly not. Everything I paint is soon sold, such is the life of a working artist. I have only my brush to testify for me, though you will note that it has seen no small amount of service.
Fucking idiot, look, you look so dumb.
Ho ho ho, Flecks of paint, both old and new. A tool much loved and used. Not a prop to be conjured with on the hop. Very well, come with us and we'll put those talents to the test.
These two remind me of something, but I don't know what.
And who is this hanging around? A well-wisher or a parasite?
Why, this is my assistant.
She whose unfailing support allows my art to flourish. I will go with her or not at all.
Parasite, then. We shall leave her fate in the hands of your new employer. It matters not a whit to us.
And having filled our latest vacant space, we will retire to Yulmore's sweetest embrace. Oh, mercy me, the mole! We almost took our leave without leaving a loving token. We must empty the sacks here before we make our way back.
Damn, that guy's excited. I think after like 10 minutes of questing or so, I might. Holy fuck, this actually looks cool.
Redemption is beyond us.
I'm sure this place is gonna be a total of 3 people show up. Yeah, you know how it is.
And the comfort of the lords and ladies.
Oh, cool. You have the cat too. I appreciate that we're all repping the cats in this chat.
Once they held fast against the man.
Yo, look at that dance.
Only to embrace the coming cataclysm and delight in
Oh.
of days.
I didn't expect to see that. I didn't expect to see those on the poles. I don't like when they do the slow walk in every single one of these cutscenes with the narration. It always like weirdly makes me mad.
They seek to lose themselves and the misery they share. Or perhaps for them alone, the promise of eternal pleasure really does hold true.
Red Jungler.
Welcome, welcome to the city of final pleasures. Feel free to weep at its magnificence. No, not even a single tear. Moving right along then. Our first task is to register you as residents. You know, make it all nice and official. We'll smooth the way, so you need to put on your happy faces and head through the joyous hall. The Bureau of Immigration is in the first room on the left side of the passage. Declare your name and occupation in a nice and loud voice. The clerks will tell you where to go from there. Oh, and pay no mind to the folk off to the side of the road. Much like the hopefuls in Gate Town, they haven't earned the right to enter the city proper. If, however, you enjoy basking in the envy of your fellow men,
then by all means, take your time. Oh, I waste another moment. Go enjoy the beginning of your new life in paradise. You're talking about like these people? Like these people over here? The Bureau of Immigration, was it? I suppose we'd better make a show of ourselves willing for the time being. Cool. Why does this person look like a Greek god? Like a Roman god? She needs something. I have no idea what do you do here? I've lived here for ages, 10 years at least. It was my mother who brought me, though she's dead now, of course. It's funny, I ought to feel sad to think of her, but I don't. I don't feel much of anything anymore. I suppose there's not much point to it. Nothing. I have nothing. Nothing to love, nothing to hope for, so why bother? I know I'll never get up there to Yulmore proper, but I'll live here, stealing the scraps, and then I'll die here. That's all. Okay. Bye. Really? Okay, you know what? That's fair. Hello, it's me. I gotta go through immigration. Hello, hello. I'm immigrating here.
Welcome to Yulmore.
That's not the voice I'm gonna get. Welcome to Yulmore, fortunate friends. May I have your names? I am Alphanod, an artist, and this is Clementine, my assistant. Ah, yes. I was informed of your imminent arrival. We can forego the usual interview and begin processing your registration papers forthwith. Now, the citizens of Yulmore are divided into two classes. There are the free, quote-unquote free, who are blessed with the favor of the Lord of Authry, and the bonded, who work in the employ of the free. You'll be joining the ranks of the bonded. Your duties are to serve a patron in the capacity of which you are chosen. In your case, painting pretty pictures. Should your patron dismiss you for any reason, you must find another sponsor among the free or accept work as a general laborer. I see. And might you tell us of the patron we are to serve? The two patrons, actually, Chai-Nose and Della Chai, a Mistel couple who most referred to as the Chais. They are both gentle souls, but I would ask of you to conduct yourselves with respect and humility for your own sake as much as theirs. Now, a moment, please, while I complete the relevant paperwork. I'm just kidding. They're not doing that. All in order. These are your registration documents. Take those papers with you next door and submit them to the clerk. Once they've been stamped, you will be officially Yulmorian residents, citizens. Enjoy your new life in paradise. Did Alphanode walk weird? Did he do like... Did he take a step here and then just did a left... like a fucking left face? Welcome to the Bureau of Registration. Papers, please. Here. My voice is cracking. What have we here? Alphanode artist, Clementine artist assistants. They be employed in the service of Lord Chai-Nose and Lady Dula Chai. Yes, everything seems to be in order. Your registration is hereby approved. I think it's best that we deliver you to the Chai residence before... Sniff, sniff, sniff. Oh dear. You smell hideous. Where was crawling among the muckage? Did you crawl here through a ditch? It's an unholy miasma of dust and sweat and the musk of some unwashed beast. Proceed directly to the delusionary next door and scrub yourselves clean. Use whichever showers are free. And once you've rinsed away that stench, you'll splash your face with this perfume liberally. Once you've made yourselves presentable, then you may proceed to Chai residence. Conan, the guide by the stairs, will give you the directions. Called out. Motherfucker, I put on deodorant, I put on perfume. didn't realize we were so aromatic. I wash myself a lot. I use soap. I use body wash. I even have a fucking bottle of cologne that I carry around. Is this gonna be like a? I shouldn't be. Oh, it is an actual shower. I thought it was gonna be. I thought the shower was gonna be like a euphemism. Here I am. You rinse yourself clean in the steam of water. That's it. Okay, that's awesome. Alright. Oops, I guess the other showers are in use. Wait, that's the only one. Who is that man? It doesn't matter. Apply the sweet smelling perfume. Does he need to do that here? Bam. Yo, I don't think your showers are meant to be doing that. I don't think they're meant to be pooling at the bottom. You apply the perfume as directed, and the delicate scent of roses fill the air. Should I get a new perfume? Take a shower. Fucking stinky, dude, bro. You couldn't comprehend the amount of self-grooming that I commit. What's that then? Okay, I guess it doesn't matter. Here it is, Josephort. Well, you've showered and dressed already, have you? Is it not? That is the same. It's rather exposed for one's ebulations, does it not? Hurry up and shower, stinky. Oh, you see that? I see what he said. Probably smell like murder. Yeah. Fine, just a quick rinse then. What do you mean a quick rinse? He's gonna do the thing that they talked about in the Diary of a Wimpy Kid book, where all they do is wet their hair and just put perfume on themselves and pretend as if they took a shower. You know you didn't need to do that. Yeah, there you go, it's the cologne. Oh, that was bracing. I believe the lingering smells of the road have been successfully expunged. Shall we go and present ourselves to our new patrons then? That was a cute little bit of world building. A cute little bit of immersion. Hey, how's it going? I'll stay here and converse when I'm a little bit busy with my buddy Alphanod here. He's leading me around the city.
You're looking to present yourselves to the Chayas, have you? Let me explain how the city's laid out. Imagine 3 layers, one on top of the other. This layer here is called the buttress. Above us is the other story where the military has its headquarters, and above that you've got the canopy, which where the free citizens of Yelmar spend their days. So if you want to find your new patrons, you'll need to keep climbing till you run out of stairs. Then look for Grand Dame's parlor. They'll be in there, likely or not.
Let's say your outfit reminds me of Ruby. I feel like that's a. I feel like those are fighting words in certain communities. Can I not go over there to where's the buttress and go over there? Gatekeeper, he's keeping the gates. Anyways, we'll be gone now. Haven't had breakfast yet either. That's fair. See ya. I'll probably honestly be ending stream here in a bit, but I feel like we made a lot of progress. Oh, let's see how the weather is. A wise woman once said she does not pay heed in the skies will surely get wet. Sound advice if you ask me. Would you like to hear what the skies tell us of this fine day? Sure. The weather. Have you not seen the sky? Today, tomorrow, and every day henceforth will be plagued with everlasting light. Is that how it is everywhere? Oh. It's not gonna rain or anything? There's not gonna be like... It's not gonna get cloudy or anything? Okay. Thanks. No wonder why you're in the poor area where you have no fucking job. I'm sure all these characters have dialogue and stuff too. Free citizens, this guy thinks without a second thought. I've already found a silk dress and a golden comb here. If I get some matching students and grow out my hair, I could probably slip into the city. Interesting. What are you? Why do you look so weird? Wait, don't I wear your jacket? If you need directions for another person I've asked, I've vowed down to come here for myself at a Crystarium. I thought I would see what all the fuss is about. So far I've been able to get in to see the so-called Gilded Paradise at Oldmar, but it's fine. I can be very stubborn when the situation calls for it. What are you wistfully looking at the sea for? What's there to be excited about? Seeing these huge ships split like firewood makes you really think, doesn't it? The flood must have been awe-inspiring in its own terrible way. The fact that they're still here is pretty sad in some way. I wish I would have been home sooner from work so that we could have had the stream go on for a bit longer. I would say what are we reaching at? Well, not only did I wanted to be home sooner, but also I think my fucking yeah, my internet died for a bit, so I don't know what that was about. We're looking at an hour and a half of playtime, or sorry, of stream time, which isn't bad. It's a lot better than the progress we made initially, which was none at all. Oh, the Nessie clan is here. The nuts board. You turn yourself to all Aethernet shards at Yulmore. Kalusia is now accessible on the Ethernet. Okay, that's weird. Oh, I have to go all the way up. Okay, so it's not that big of a city. Honestly, thought it was gonna be like the Crystarium, where there's gonna be 30 million things going on. I have to travel everywhere. Damn, look at this guy. Don't you think he looks cool, Monty, wearing the pink armor? Why are there people here? Special permission is required to use this Aetherite. Brother. Dule Chai, what's up? My man. How's it going? Or my lady, I suppose. Peter Griffin.
Oh, who's this then?
It actually, they actually look like the fucking like anime meme of Peter Griffin.
Lord and Lady Chai, pray forgive our intrusion. I am given to understand you were in search of an artist.
Ah, you must be.
Is the bit that they wanted portraits done but the actual artist drew her as fat and she got mad about it?
That silken hair.
Well, she had brass knuckles.
Cheeks, ooh, and you even smell wonderful, like a bed of flowers. I approve of this one, dearest. I am positive he'll paint us the most delightful pictures.
I
Yes. Well, as long as he pays better than that talentless wretch we sent packing last week.
Wonderful, wonderful. Welcome to Yulmore.
Alphino, if it please you, my lady. And this is my assistant.
Yeah, how's it going?
Your assistant? I've heard of folk bringing in family members, but this seems a bit irregular. Aren't you a little young to have a protege?
He's like
We are family
19
in all
at
but name,
least.
my lord. Though we share no blood, we have stood
At
by
most.
each other through life's many challenges, resolved to prevail together or not at all. Of all people, 'tis she who best understands my work. With her unique insight guiding my hand, the art I create is sure to satisfy your expectations.
He's putting on a voice. That's funny.
Once the picture is begun, of course, I shall have no need of constant encouragement. And so I wondered, rather than her being in your way, might it then be permissible for my assistant to explore the city she has so longed to see?
I've already done that.
Gratitude for her priceless contribution to my art, I thought it only fair that I make this humble request on her behalf.
Oh, did you ever hear of such devotion? Of course your assistant must have her wish. She shall be free to roam to her heart's content.
The voice acting sounds like it's gotten a lot more
Isn't
fun
that
since
right,
A Realm
darling?
Reborn. And I know that's the point, is that they changed voice actors, but it's so interesting to see
Quite right.
how the direction has evolved as well. We're gonna get a cool turtleneck such as yours, Alphanod. City of Final Pleasures. So this must be a City of Final Pleasures. Where's the communal bong? Where do I go over here to like go to the hookah that everyone's used and has never cleaned for the past 15 years? Hookah. Actually, I think this is probably just like the perfect spot to actually end this for tonight. Now that I finally caught up with the story, I'll be playing this a lot more often, in all honesty. So this will be back to our regularly scheduled program. I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV. That's gonna be my life for the next year or so. It's straight up just playing this. It sounds like a fucking like. Lamau, it's right in front of you. What's in front of me? A communal hookah? Is that what that is? It's a water fountain. You're talking about this? That's fruit. You're talking about that? That's a teapot. You're talking about the aetherite? The cat ears. Damn, somebody's got wine drunk over here in the City of Final Pleasures. Hey, Zumimoa. How's it going? What are you doing here? He's gonna make himself ill again. He always says that I should tell him to stop before he drinks too much, but does he ever listen? No. Do you think I can jump off? Hey, what's the matter with you? Weren't you the lady we just saw? I would have overindulged in wine a bit much, doesn't matter. I thought you were the lady we saw who just got accepted into this place. You could be. You said it could be, but you said it could be to anything. It's not like hookah. This is like a standing bouquet of tall roses and flowers. It's actually kind of cool. I wonder if we have flowers this big in real life that we can make a big standing bouquet for, like a big vase and shit like this. I'm just over here just getting like enamored. There are. I was over here getting enamored by all the set dressing. I'm over here just being a huge nerd and being like, wow, look at how much detail they put into this wine barrel. Look at that. They got fucking blue drink. They got pears. There's sausage and mystery meat. Wow, this is so interesting. Look, they got the bartenders doing that shit. He's shaking up a drink. Anyways, yeah, this is gonna be the thing. It's gonna be the new play. We're gonna be playing Final Fantasy 14 every night. They got blue as well. That's crazy. Oh, you showed up just the very second I was about to say that I was about to go end the stream. Yeah, they got blue and orange. But I will be continuing this again around the same time tomorrow. If not sooner, because I should ideally just go from work straight to home and I have nothing else to do. That's it. That's all I gotta do. That is. But yeah, it was fun. It was nice having you been there. Sharing that thing for 70 years. Nice. Alright. There'll be a quiz for tomorrow's stream. Remember which spot I'm sitting at? I'm gonna start the stream, and you have to guess which one I was sitting at. Alright. That was fun. He's been shaking the... I didn't realize that that's what happened. Oh my goodness lord, he's been shaking the thing for 70 years. Oh my god, thank you fucking Twitch Automod for being the worst, dumbest thing in the world. That's so fucking funny. Oh. Anyways, thank you. Ciao for now.